Good evening, everyone. On the heels of coming back from Napa, I think I've caught up on my sleep a little bit better. And yeah, it was a quick trip and there wasn't much time for sleep. But I am looking forward to seeing many of you in Dallas in 2 weeks. But tonight, Sheila is going to get us ready for Halloween. And one thing you're going to understand now that we're marketers, you're going to understand why stores bring Christmas out in July, why they bring back to school out in May. It's marketing. They're getting the word out. They're telling you what you don't know. They're connecting you with products you are going to want or need when the time comes, and you're going to have a fear of missing out because it might sell out. Okay. So Sheila, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Well, thank you. All right. So if you notice, I have on my black, I forgot what the name of it is, Cursed lip potion. I'm not used to wearing it dark, but I'm digging it here a little bit.
It looks very good on you. It really does. I like it.
So I actually mixed the black with the it's in my bathroom. I knew I should have brought it, but the pink one, I put the black on first and then the pink, so it kind of gives it like a burgundy color, not really black. So that's going to be our feature tonight, guys, is our Cursed Cosmetics line. And after I finished my page, I was going back looking through some stuff and I was like, you know what? Our Spectrum site that we have on there can also be cross-marketed with our Halloween. Restore My Spectrum. Because of the jewelry that she has in there, and depending on how you write your page and the way I wrote mine, it's definitely going to fit in there. So we're going to jump right into it. We're not going to have very much time for questions. This is really going to be a really pop and sizzle training tonight because we're all here and we should have a page from last year. If you're new, this is going to be a way to get you started. You still have time to market. Just remember, going forward, any holiday or special occasion that you know of in advance, that like any of our major holidays, you should be marketing at least 60 days out, okay? To get that word out there, to get your SEO going, to get your traffic coming in, to get your notification. So this is how I tell all of my students, when you see the stores start converting over, your page needs to be ready and put out there to market. Follow their trend. They've been doing it a long time. You want to get on their tailcoats, okay? So I'm going to share my screen. And the first thing we're going to be going over is, where's my page? There we go. So this is my page. And I actually have it. I've put a spell on you. That's a great key phrase, just the way it is. But within that, y'all know how I write. I like to use other key phrases as my topic. So my headlines were vampires and the supernatural. The supernatural or supernatural is also a great key phrase. It has a lot of people that search for that. Number one, because there is a show called The Supernatural, but you can also get in on that market share because of that. Okay. Witch culture and folklore is another great key phrase. Okay. That you can work on. And I just broke it down because there's so much in there. And then I got the title again and put a different meaning onto it. Okay. Here is Miss Madam from our Cursed Cosmetics promoting her information that's there. And then I have my conclusion. which is always cross-marketing to something else. And in here, I talk about the red wine and how it references, you know, maybe get off the blood, start with the wine, you know, so you can actually cross-market with that. I also did some more research on some of the Jaxi things that you can have in here. Some of the Curse Cosmetics are vegan, if y'all didn't know that. So go in and look. There's a big market out there for vegan customers. Okay, so you can market along those lines. And even if you do the Restore My Spectrum, it's still a vegan friendly product. Okay, so you can market on that way. You can actually pull out, I did mystic creatures or mystic cultures. You can market on that. You can use that. That's a great key phrase. And then if you want to go to costumes, you can do Halloween adult costumes for adults. That's a great key phrase. And then break it down into women and men. And in there, reference the supernatural, reference the witches and warlocks. So write it from that and then use it towards the costume theme. And then you can pull videos from YouTube on, like I did for my granddaughter, made the Maleficent ear things. Y'all that came on my Wine and Dine saw me with those. But there's great YouTube videos out there that they can use stuff from home to make it. But if you use our Curse Cosmetics and show, or either you do it or just feature the Curse Cosmetics and show a video of how they can do the Maleficent makeup and say, hey, we have a palette with all this stuff in it already, and feature that palette. We got bundles in the back office. If you go to the Curse Cosmetics website, there's bundles in there. So you can get a whole bundle and do your whole makeup thing. You can do vampires, you can do witches, you can do just about any kind. You can do the sexy vamp, you can do the ugly witch, you can do Freddy Krueger if you want to. It's all in a matter of how you do your definitions on your makeup, but having the right makeup. The other thing that you can talk about the Curse Cosmetics is it does have that 17 to 24 hour hold on their lip potions. So if they're in a bar or a club or whatever for a Halloween party, they don't have to worry about their lipstick coming off on the straw or on their cup. It's going to stay. It comes off with some baby oil, some Noxzema. That's how you're going to get that stuff off of there. It's soap and water. Yeah, but you're going to scrub a little bit. You need that base. But the thing about it is you want to get that page out and you want to make sure you cross market. However you present your page, make sure whatever you're cross marketing in there makes sense. So you don't want to throw something in here that doesn't. I got some clothing lines in there that you can put with it to do some sexy stuff. And like I said, I'd have other marketers outside of what we have. So I threw some stuff in there. I actually went online and found some stuff that I have no association with just to get the traffic. So you can do that as well. And just make a really good page to give people options when they're coming on there to shop. So you want to do that. And then, as always, coming to my trusty Canva, we are going to come here and I'm going to show you my video. Remember, videos are the key. That's the thing we want to be doing, is creating those videos. So let me come here and grab my most recent video. And I played with it today. It took me about 30 minutes to get it all done the way I want it done. And I featured the Curse Cosmetic line. Okay. So I have it right here. I did my thumbnail because I knew what my thumbnail was. And I included my thumbnail in my video because there's some places that doesn't allow you to do a thumbnail. So you want to make sure that you include it in your video. But then when you go to YouTube, you have the thumbnail to upload. So I have my video right here. And I've also downloaded it. So I'm going to let you see what my video looks like. And I put music to it. Now, the thing about when you go to different places like TikTok, Instagram, some of those, if you have a artist music that you're going to be using, that's nationally publicized, that actually gets revenue from, a well-known artist, most of the time they're going to mute your video or not show your video. So when you go to choose your music, make sure it's more like an instrumental, from just, I'm gonna say no-name people, or people that are not very popular. So you don't have to worry about that happening. So here's mine. I forgot if I shared my sound. I can't remember if I shared my sound. If I don't, that's okay. We'll show it again. So this is my video that I created. It's 42 seconds long.
No sound.
No sound.
Now, when you those pictures, do you have like a background remover that you're using?
Yes.
Okay. That's part of the membership for Canva.
So yeah, I always forget to share my sound. I gotta find out where that's at. So
Stop
there's my
sharing.
video.
Yeah.
Huh?
So if you stop sharing and then do share again, and before you do the start sharing, on the lower left, there's a little box you got to check.
There it is. I found it. Thank you. Perfect. So we'll watch it one more time so you can hear my music. All right, come on. All right, why aren't you doing your thing? Come on. So short, sweet, to the point. I just have my different sayings in there that I'm going to be using. Eye catchers, power words. So the one thing that I want to do now is I'm going to go to my YouTube. So I'm going to go to my ad sites folder, social media, and go to my YouTube. Okay. And I downloaded it and saved that file or that video into a file, so I'll know where it's at. So once I come to my YouTube, and I'm going to hit this plus right here where it says create, and I'm going to upload my video. So I'm going to remove my Canva because I'm finished with it. And then it's going to ask me to select the file. So I'm going to hit select a file. Now, if you have it already up, then you can just drop and drag it in there. Just makes it easier, whichever one is easier for you. So I'm just going to come here. I'm going to go to my MP. I am going to go to my seasonal promotional, Halloween. There's my video. Okay. And it's going to upload. And here's the title. It says, look into my eyes. And I'm just going to come here in description. So I'm going to use my power words, and I'm actually going to create an ad right here live. So some of my power words I remember. Let's see. I want something that's going to draw their attention. So let's go and pull up that power word list. Key phrases. because I want something that's going to catch their eye. And I want to appeal to their vanity. Okay. So we're going to pull this up. And I want power words. And I want to go to their vanity. So what is their vanity? Right here. So we got beautiful, attractive, legendary, cute, youthful, exquisite, alluring. That's one. Alluring, dazzling, exquisite. Because remember what our content is. Here's another one. Feed customers' lust. Sexy, covet, desire, craving. All right. So let's go back here and let's pull out. Hi. Let's go. So I'm going to come here with just a quick guilt-free application of some fatty lashes or some or a smattering of exotic lip potion. What's the palette called, Stacy?
I'm actually going to Curse page right now. Because she's got a new one.
Yeah.
Paranormal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paranormal palette is the new one.
Pallat.
Nope, PALETTE. Got to think fancy, not a wooden box.
To get the right highlights and colors to finish off your exotic and alluring appeal. Okay, so there, I've literally just told them you have quick, guilt-free application. So they're going to be like, well, what's that? Okay, I just covered the vegan and how it's very easy to apply. And I told him what they are. You got your baddie lashes, you got your exotic lip potions, and then you're going to finish it off with your paranormal palette of right highlights and colors. So there it gives a brief description of exactly what this entails. And I'm just doing a play of words right here. And I'm going to say men. So there we go. So what am I going to do from here? I am going to pull up my, I'm going to leave here. I'm going to go to my shared, and I'm going to go to my, where is it at? My templates. It'll just be easier to go up here and get my templates. And I'm going to go to seasonal promotional. I'm through my power words. Well, I might leave it up there for a minute. And I am going to go to Halloween. I'm going to pull up this template. Okay, so I have a few already that's there. I got a description, a few that's there. So let me come in here. And since this is my most recent one, I'm going to add it first. And just hit copy or paste. Nope, wait a minute. Wrong one, I forgot to copy it. I thought I copied it. So let's go back and fix that. I'm glad I did. Okay, copy. Too far. So I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to come back and put it in my template. Paste. There we go. Just take out the spaces, make it a little pretty. I'm kind of glad it does have a few spaces in there because I might be able to go in here and take a few, maybe just use this little bit or just use a couple of these and have a whole different ad, just add another line or put a different power word in there. So depending on how you write your ad, you might get 2 or 3 different ads from just one ad copy. Just depends on where you want to put it within yourself. Okay. And it keeps wanting me smattering. I don't want a smattering, not smattering. Okay. Colors, highlights, and colors. Okay. All right. So there's that. Let me get this spacing done. And now I have this template that I can use for other ads. And so we're going to go ahead and leave that up. I'm going to get rid of my power words right now. So then I'm going to come back here and let's finish this. Remember thumbnail, you want a thumbnail always that explains what it is. So I actually have my thumbnail in my video because when I go to TikTok, I don't put a thumbnail in there, or Instagram. So then I'm going to come back to, yes. So now I'm going to come back to my website. I don't have it in cursed. I'm going to go to my Dropbox. I am going to go to my logos. I'm going to go to my YouTube thumbnails. Right here, Halloween, there it is. So I pull it up. So it looks like I have it twice, but I really don't. So this actually is going to explain to them what's in my video. The only difference is the one that's in the video, it has a QR code for my Curse Cosmetic line. The thumbnail does not. Now I could go back and modify it and add one to it. I'm really not going to do that because this, I want them to just read, get interested, not necessarily look like a sales pitch. Okay. So then once that comes here, I'm going to do the different things. You can have a playlist. You don't have to have one. I don't have one in there. Is this marketed to kids? I always say no, because if you say yes, it's going to have restrictions. Some places going to see, they might knock off some of your things. Your music might get muted. So you never want to say you're marketing to kids unless you are making it specifically for children under the age of 18. Okay. Does it have paid promotion? It does not. Okay. There's nobody paying me to make this video. It's strictly for me. I don't have any other ads running with the video. Okay, once I hit a certain level, then I will be able to add my Google AdSense code to my YouTube channel, and then that will be a different story. Okay. You can allow chapters. You can allow automatic places if you want to. Add tags. Yes, I want to add tags. So I have TubeBuddy that actually tells me what tags I want to add, but I don't have any. This one just says lyrics video. So what do I want to add to it? Okay, so I'm going to create my own, which is hashtag Halloween makeup. Okay. I'm going to do adult makeup ideas. Then I'm going to do adulting. Okay, enter. I'm going to be doing, and I do Curse Cosmetics because they might be looking for mine. Madam, that should be an E, M-A-D-A-M-E, Madame. We can do supernatural. We can do witches, warlocks. We can do vamps. If I can spell right. Sexy vamps. Vampire, and spell it both ways. Vampire. Then you can do just basic shadows, lip potions, eyeliner, baddie lashes, color palette. That it? Yeah. Let's see, what else? Costumes. Okay, so I've got a bunch of stuff there that I want related to my website or to my video. And I still got, quite a bit left. There's 500 characters that you can write here, guys. That's a lot of writing. That's a lot of hashtags or key phrases. So even if you didn't use all the key phrases in your writing, you can still come here and use key phrases as your tags that people search. Because most of the time people use the key phrase that they're looking for and search every available medium that they have using that same key phrase. So whatever they're searching your website for, they're going to search that same key phrase on Google, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook, everywhere. That key phrase follows. And then if they can't find what they're looking for, they're going to change their key phrase or their search term. So what do you need to make sure you have is relative words that goes with your original key phrase. And that's what you want to use in your hashtags when you're doing your marketing on social media, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Facebook, TikTok, anywhere that allows you to use hashtags. You want to use number one, your website hashtag, which mine's Shop with Mama Chief. So whatever yours is, you want to create a following of your hashtag for your website. Then you want to use a hashtag of your key phrase that you have in your page that you are highlighting in your social media platform. And then you want to use hashtags for those relevant other words that go along with that. And then throw some that kind of have a meaning in there. Like in here, I can still come in here because I got to put in there, I can put restore my spectrum. I can use personal protection. I can use healing stones, moonstones. And then if I wanted to pull out the different healing stones, I can pull out the amethyst, the topaz, the mother of pearl. I can pull those out and put that in there because I'm going to go back and doctor up my website a little bit to talk about the restore my spectrum of personal protection, how and kind of put that with the mystique of that culture. So that's one of the things that you can do, and that will actually tie in with the theme that you are creating along with the Cursed Cosmetics and the Halloween. So I have those in there. Okay. Date, you can put your recording date. If I wanted to put in there, I can go ahead and put my date in there so I know when I created this video. The location, I'm not really worried about. The language is automatically understood. It's English unless you go in there and change it. Certifications, I don't have any. License, use the standard YouTube. Yes, you want to allow embedding. The reason being is somebody might come in and see your video that you see other people's video. It's like, hey, I want to use that. So allow them to use it, especially if you've done the video and you've tagged yourself in the video, meaning you have your marketing strategy on that video. Mine has, number one, it's got my QR codes on there, plus every frame of that video has my link in there for my page. So that's my video. They can't take that out unless they go in there and have some ways to block it, which I know how to go in and do other people's. So I'm sure they do, but still it's going to look like mine. It's still my stuff. So that's fine. Allow people to sample this content. Yes, you want them to be able to go in and pull stuff out, look at it, see bits and pieces of it without actually having to download or look at the whole video. That keys their interest. And then your category. So I still want to leave mine in people's and blogs. If you want to say, come back in and change this to entertainment, you can go to entertainment. If you wanted to go in and do this under, what's another one that this could, how to and style, you can put that in there because, I mean, change a different style. If you wanted to go into one that fits, so if we talked about more travel and events, you can go in there. So again, you can come in here and literally categorize your website, not your website, your video on who you want to target. So don't just automatically assume everything needs to go into people and blogs. I mean, that's a great place. Everybody goes there. It's just a general context. But if you have something that's more scientific, then put it in the scientific category. If you have something that's more on the entertaining value, put that in there. If you got something that's a little bit more geared towards, your pets, because you saw where there's pets, we got a couple of products in our cash network that's geared towards pets. Put that in there. Target your audience when you can, okay? And that's where your categories are going to go, is you want to target that audience. I hold mine for comments, because there are some people that will come in and they will mark it on mine, or they will put their stuff on top of mine. Yes, I do that to some people too. But I try not to, just because I know how hard it is to create stuff and get that following. So I do hold inappropriate comments for me to review and look at. Sometimes they do slip through, which is fine. If they're coming in and seeing somebody else's link, they got to get to mine first. That's the way I look at it. I never disable comments, because I want people to come in there and comment. Because they might give me some stuff that said, hey, I like what you saw, but I didn't see this. It might give me another avenue or venue that I need to look for marketing, or another way to approach that style of advertising. So you can get some good ideas from other people's comments, but if I don't like it, I can always go in and delete it, delete the comment off of that feed. So don't think just because you got an ugly comment that it has to stay. You have ownership of your YouTube, so you can go in there and change it. Same thing with on Facebook. You can go in there and block people. You can remove the comments. You can hide the comments. You can take them off. So don't think anything is permanent if you don't put it in there. You're the only one that has control of it. So if somebody comes in and leaves stuff on your site, leaves stuff on your social media platforms, you have the right and the ability to remove it. Okay. So once all that's done, I am going to hit next. And it's going to publish it. It's going to say, do I want any subtitles? Do I want to add an end screen? So you can put an end screen, which means that it will actually have something else at the end of it to promote. If I had a relevant topic or another video or another platform or another screenshot that I wanted to put on there, I could. I'm not going to. I'd like it the way it is. I don't want it too long. I want it just the way it is. So I don't usually add anything else in there. I don't add a card or anything. So those are things that's a little bit more advanced. Remember, we want to keep it simple. We want them to stay on our site. We don't want them to look like they're being marketed to so much as entertained. So then I'm just going to hit next. So now it's checking for copyright issues. None's found. That doesn't mean that another platform that you post this on won't find something. Everybody, all platforms have different rules and regulations, different guidelines. Some have access and copyright to certain songs, some don't. YouTube basically usually has copyrights to just about everything that they can use and allow their users to use. I've done stuff on YouTube and go post it on TikTok and the sound gets muted because they don't have access to use that particular song or sound. So that's one thing I always say, if when in doubt, record your video without sound. Then when you get to that platform, add the sound that they have available to you. Or just use a strict instrumental with no voice recordings whatsoever. That's usually the safest way. And then just hit next. Now here's the other thing. You can save or publish. All right, you got private, unlisted, and public. If it's for advertising and marketing, it's always public. If it's something personal to use, you want to leave it private, okay? Because if it's unlisted, then anybody that has the link or that does a search for you specifically and they have access to other videos, they can find your unlisted videos. Unlisted just means you don't have it published out there for everybody to see and market. But if somebody has their link, they can see it. If they are subscribers to you, they can most likely find your unlisted stuff. So private is the way to go. That means it only comes from you and that's it. If they don't have your direct link, they can't find it. They can't search it and go find it. So that's the different descriptions of that. Everything I do is almost public. Set as instant premiere, that's the paid option. Don't need to do it. So just leave it as public. Now, if you have a set date, just like with Instagram and YouTube and TikTok, you can schedule out videos. So you can go into Canva, like I just did, and create a whole bunch of videos. And then you can come in and schedule when you want them to be published. So you can do just like you do your social media and schedule your social media all in one day. You can create stuff on Canva and schedule it out all for that week. So on one day you can say, okay, I'm doing all of my videos and this is when they're going out, and literally set your plan, your social media for YouTube, just like you do your social media platforms for Facebook, just like you do your advertising. You can sit there and schedule it so that every day you got one thing that shows up because you've already done all your homework. You've already done all the work, and now it just shows up. And then you set your next day. All right, I got to do 5 videos today. This is when they're going to go out, and stagger them. And then you're done for the week. So everything can work on a schedule, guys. You don't have to say, God, I got to go do another video. If you schedule your time in your day to when you're going to sit down and create those videos, just like you set a day to create your templates for your advertising, and you set a day to actually do your advertising, you can set a day up to schedule stuff that allows you to schedule. And then that way you don't have to worry about it. You can do your pages. Those of you that are working the inbound, you have more time to do that. You have more time to call. You have more time to do other stuff besides sitting down creating things. Just set that time up. If you only have 30 minutes and you do one big video, then schedule that time out. If you got an hour and you're like, I can do 4 short videos real quick, do them, and then schedule them out one a day. So plenty of time, plenty of different things that you can do. And then I'm going to hit publish. All right, now from here, so you remember your wine and dine or your wine unboxings or your videos that you do for your wine socials, and you have to place them in 4 areas. Okay, here's the perfect way to do that. You can send it to Facebook straight from here. That's 2. Your first one is on YouTube, so that's your first one. Your second one is on Facebook. Then you can do it to Pinterest, which is your 3rd one. And then if you have LinkedIn, you can go to LinkedIn, which is your 4th one. Then you can go to Twitter if you want to do Twitter and don't have the other one, you can tweet it out. If you have Instagram, automatically gets uploaded. These are just some other options that I'm part of. You may not see these on yours. If you do, fine, send them out there. If not, send them to where you can, where you have. You need to have at least 4. The more you have, the better. So that's one of the options you can do. So I can go in here and tweet this out. So let me go ahead and tweet it. So I'm gonna go ahead and tweet this out. So what am I going to say here? Maybe later. All right. Halloween ready. And Twitter doesn't give you a whole lot to work with. All right. So there's those. And then I'm going to tweet it out. That's all I have to do. Hit it, tweet. There we go. And then I'm going to come back here and I can do the same thing. The LinkedIn. I can go to Pinterest and pin it. Where do I want to pin it? So I'm going to my Pinterest and log in. Come on, I already did. My login's not working. I think that's who I signed up with. Okay. I might be in my wrong Pinterest account. So we'll come back to do Pinterest. It's not acting right. And then go to Facebook. So I can go to Facebook, do the same thing. Write something. Okay. Now, where do I want it to go? I want it to go to my news feed and my story, both of them. Okay. If you just choose one, it might go to your story, which means anybody that's on stories can see it, but it especially goes to your friends and family. If it goes to news feeds, it goes to anybody on Facebook that has ever interacted with you more than once. Okay. Or anybody on Facebook that is in your category or genre that you have set up your profile with. So you want to make sure that you do both and then post it. And the thing about it being here and the way we just did it, it doesn't look like you're advertising. You're actually saying, look what I found. You might be interested in this. So then you just close this out right here. All right. And that's going to pull this up. And so what I want to do is come back. I want to open this up. And I want to grab this. Actually, I'm going to grab this link right here. I'm going to copy. Then I'm going to come back to my page. And I got this big space right here that I have nothing that draws the eye. Okay. So I want to kind of put a little something in there. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to get my plus sign to show up. And then I'm going to click this little YouTube button. If you don't know where that's at, most of the time we use the custom HTML code and paste the embed code in. Sometimes you might not have that or have access to it. So if you go to browse all and go to all the way down to the bottom, it actually has your social media platforms that you can use. So you can come down here. It says embeds, and you're going to click whichever one that you want. It actually has the embed for the code if you have that one. But you can do your Twitter, your YouTube. It even has Vimeo, Spotify if you have that, Flickr if anybody uses that one. You have those acts, even WordPress, but we already have our WordPress set up, so we don't need to worry about that. So I'm just going to click on the YouTube, and then I can just literally paste the URL in there. I don't have to worry about going to get the embed code, and then hit embed, and it converts it into code for me. Okay, so it's there, plain and simple. It says watch on YouTube. They can click it and watch it straight from here, or they can go onto YouTube and follow it. So that's how you can use that. You've got the share button just like you do on YouTube. So even if they come here and watch this video and it's like, oh, I like that, they can click share and send it to people. Okay. Then I'm going to hit my update. Make sure it updated. So now it's updating and my page is done. Everything is ready to go. I can actually go out there now and start advertising. I already got my template done with several different ads already in there. I already got my headlines ready. So now I can go to any social media platform. I'm actually going to pull this up. I already got it pulled up one time. And I'm going to come up here. This is my link. So I'm going to actually have another title that says video. And I'm going to put my video link, paste, and I'm going to put personal video made. So I know that's mine and not somebody else's. So that's my video. And that's our training for tonight. I hope you guys learned a little bit here on a different way on how you can do things. I hope it helps you in creating your own pages and get you marketing, how to go up and set up your templates, as well as do your details for your ads and your videos. So videos, guys, right now are very trendy. People will go to YouTube almost as much as they're going to Google. Actually, they're going to YouTube first before they go to Google. They're getting to YouTube through Google. So guys, just go out there, have fun with this. You want to make sure that you keep them around 45 seconds. Most of the social media platforms like them short. People like short videos, but they got to have a lot of information. So you want to have a punch. You want to have a wow, just enough to tease them and get them to where you need them to go. That is it for tonight.
I think that was awesome. I'm seeing a lot of people clapping there. And guys, have fun with this page. Just have fun with it. Sheila, I'm just going to tell you, I started writing a whole new page. Your little verbiage of your inner vamp. I'm like, oh, that got me going. And
I mean, guys, you got to realize this is the season where people can step out of their comfort zone. Like I said, I got on black lipstick, guys, and having the right makeup. And then once you show them that their makeup isn't just for a costume, they can tone it down and wear it year round. And wear it to the office and keep that little stick. I mean, that is the cutest package for anybody that has the Curse Cosmetics. It's beautiful packaging. Okay. Every time I pull my lip potions out, everybody, where'd you get that? That's beautiful. And then when I pull it out, they're like, oh, wow, that's great. But you got marketing strategy. It is vegan friendly. So I did a whole research on vegan a couple of days ago, and there are key phrases out there. There is a whole community that is looking for vegan products. I just got an affiliate association with a company. Their whole clothing line is vegan. And it took me 2 years to get approved to work with them.
Well, and the
And
one thing I did in my research the first time through is the majority of makeup available today, over the counter or otherwise, cannot claim that they are both 100% vegan and never tested on animals.
never tested on animals.
Good luck finding something that's this affordable, because right now that paranormal palette is currently on sale for $10.
Yeah. Now, was it $9.99 for 24 hours, I think?
It said $9.99 last week for 24 hours.
All I'm saying, guys, is this is a great marketing tool, a marketing product that caters to everybody. And don't leave the men out. There are a lot of men out there that are wearing foundation because of rosacea, age spots, and just to give a general tone and complexion to their skin. Do not leave them out. That's a market that we need to jump on, because a lot of people are not jumping on it.
Because it's outside the norm.
Exactly. And a lot of men ain't going to admit to wearing makeup.
The other thing is, there's how many of those, they're called Cosmicon or whatever.
Comic-Con.
Comic-Con. Thank you.
And the cosplay.
Yes.
All that, guys.
I was trying to combine them both. I was taking a shortcut.
So you got cosplay, and they start partying the second week in October and go all the way through the first week in November. And they start shopping now for their costumes or outfits. It's not a costume.
So we've just given you guys ideas for at least like 6 different pages. And some of you are wondering, you don't have high quality content to get Google approval. This is the kind of page you want to add. You don't have to put it on your menu.
No.
In fact, don't put it on your menu. Let it be a floater, because you're advertising for that specific page. They're going to come back and read the page, and then they'll see everything else you've got on your menu already. This is the kind of content creation that Google is looking for. Outside of the norm, outside of the traditional. Everybody's willing to stay safe in the traditional little box. Grow outside that box and watch your paycheck go up. Anybody else looking to raise that paycheck? Yeah, Shar is. I know that.
So guys, just go out there and have fun. I mean, you got Stacy, she's getting ready to publish it. Give her a couple of days and go look at her site. I know Char's going to have some. Look at mine. I tell anybody, my site's wide open. I love my site. It's my heart and soul. So go in there, get some ideas, read in your own chats that you have with your MSIs, post your pages out there and give somebody else an idea or direction that they can go that might have a writer's block. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Put it on your social media. Go out there and say, hey, I just created this brand new page. Can I get some feedback? And post your page out there. But be open, be different. Get outside your box. Wear black lipstick.
Or the green eyeshadow.
Or the green
Orange.
eyeshadow.
The orange, actually, I do wear the orange from the one of the other palettes from last year, the Spellbook palette. I have that palette. I am looking at, I think I'm going to go ahead and get the Batty Lashes.
See, my glasses.
Char, you have the Batty Lashes, Char? No? I think we should all go order them and have them for the gala in 2 weeks.
You'll have to help me put them on.
I think we're going to have to help each other put them on.
They'll be stuck in my eyebrows.
So, all right, guys.
Guys, just remember, you can shop from your own link. This is one of the affiliates. You can shop from yourself and get your commission. It's just another discount.
That's one reason why we went with Cash Network Direct, you guys, because they don't have the restrictions like CJ and also known as Commission Junction and ClickBank.
So shop from your own self, guys. All right, that's all we have.
All right, guys, have a good evening. I'm going to stop the recording.